The cat made short work of the feather, tearing it into a blizzard of small pieces.
What you got there?
Hey, this is just what you need to make a fly.
Thanks. Let's hope them tiger fish hungry. A deal's a deal. Here's a conch.
Here, I've got a conch. Would you like it?
Dunno. Aunt Frost told me never to take presents from strange men.
I'm not a strange man.
Then why are you called Jaws, Jaws? That's a stupid name.
I'm not called... Look, conch, pretty. Swap for the cross, yes or no? Right, this thing's going out the window.
Okay, we'll do swapsies.
Ketch's crucifix was encrusted with precious gems. Ketch's cross slipped snugly into the penholder. Before you ask, I've put your cross in this little hole in the desk.
Why?
Impulse mainly, with a dash of irrational intuition.
Silly. Only women have intuition.
The lantern cast a strong light over the desktop. The light cast a shadow of the cross, and the shadow fell precisely over a small, unnamed island shaped like a skull. That must be it! Ketch's Treasure Island!
Uh-oh. That's Zombie Island. It's a bad place.
No kidding? Well, bad place or not, that's my next port of call.
Can I come too?
The hell you can.
I never get to leave the house.
Would you take me to, Zombie Island?
In this weather? You're mad, man.
The rain will keep the zombies indoors. Just say I did meet a zombie. What would you do?
There ain't no zombies on Zombie Island. At least, not anymore. It's uninhabited.
Good. What do you mean, not anymore?
You still want to go?
I guess.
Well, I ain't had no luck with them tiger fish. And with the mood my sister is in, I'll be safer with the zombies.
So, this was Zombie Island. Somehow I'd been expecting something more sinister. Come on, Rio. Let's find that treasure.
No, thanks. I'm staying right here.
Oh, come on. You said yourself there's no zombies left.
Yeah, But that was while there was a big pile of seawater between me and this place. All me have now is this little bit between the boat and the shore, and I'm hanging on to it.
The cliff stopped me getting off the beach. The cliff was steep, too steep to climb without handholds. And I couldn't find any. The outcrop was about the only feature on the cliff face. It was too high. I couldn't get up there. Rio's boat was strewn with fishing nets and tackle.
That Emily sure asks a lot of questions.
Rest man, this whole Emily business just isn't funny.
Look, we're obviously at cross purposes here. I'm talking about Emily Ketch.
Yeah, and so am I. She was my friend. Her aunts hated it, but we did move together, you know. She used to be real keen at hide and seek. It could take hours to find her. One time, the last time, it took days. She must have shouted and screamed herself hoarse, but there was nobody to hear her.
Where'd she hidden herself?
Captain Ketch's old sea chest. The only way to open it was from the outside.
Suddenly, I didn't feel so good. We never exchanged another word about Emily Ketch.
Could I borrow your net?
Yeah, man, no problem. You planning on catching some fish?
Nope. I'm after a big rock.
It was Rio's fishing net.
Well, here I go. Wish me luck, Rio.
Good luck, George. Watch out for the walking dead.
I stumbled down dark stairwells for what seemed like forever, until suddenly I found myself, wow, in an abandoned London Underground station. This place must have been closed down decades ago. It was an old chocolate vending machine. The machine needed to be fed a coin before it would operate. It was a cup which caught rejected coins. The cup was empty. A flap covered the tray into which the machine dispensed chocolate bars. The tray was empty. 1D only was embossed below the coin slot. Something protruded slightly from the slot. The slot was much too thin for my fingers. I pushed the hair clip into the slot, and whatever was stuck there disappeared into the machine. I pulled out an old English penny. It was an old ticket machine. A sign read, "Tickets 3D." It was an old English penny coin. On one side was Britannia, managing to look both virginal and matronly. On the other was the head of King George VI, looking much the same. An ancient bar of chocolate dropped into the tray at the bottom of the machine. And as a special bonus, the penny dropped through to the reject bucket. I pulled out an old English penny. I took the ancient bar of chocolate. A pile of old railway sleepers was blocking the platform. The machine looked like it had sold its last ticket a long time ago. It was a poster advertising holidays in Scotland. It might have been a nice souvenir if it hadn't been torn and dirty. LBS. Lubes? What are lubes? The machine wasn't about to weigh me for nothing. The poster was advertising a play I'd never heard of. The date on the poster was before I was born. It was a maintenance cupboard. A latch lock stopped me getting into the cupboard. It was an old map of the London Underground. It looked just like the modern one. It was the tunnel the train had come out of. The train signal light still worked. The ghost obviously didn't want to talk. Perhaps it was shy. A warning sign saying high voltage convinced me to leave the lights alone. It was too dangerous to start walking along the tracks. I remembered what always happened to Wile E. Coyote when he did that. I'd probably break my neck if I climbed over the sleepers, or worse, a heel. The ghost obviously didn't want to talk. Who the hell are you?
Joey, is that you?
Oh, I remember you now. Hey, listen. Don't go near that hole.
Nobody tells Robert Foster what to do, lady.
You don't understand. I've played this game before. There's something horrible in that hole. Some beast with tentacles.
You're nuts.
They don't make animations like that anymore. The blade of the dagger just fitted between the door and the soft wood frame. The door gave slightly, and then held firm. I put the old penny into the slot, the needle twitched rustily, and the machine spat out a card. The weight was in imperial units. It meant nothing to me. The card also had my fortune on it. A family quarrel will turn out to your advantage. My fingers were too big to reach into the tiny crack. A latch lock stopped me getting into the cupboard. A small crack had appeared where the dagger had pried the door from its frame. Through the crack, I could just make out the latch which stopped the door from opening. The hair grip was too thick to fit into the crack. The blade of the dagger was too thick to get into the narrow crack. I remembered my student days when I regularly forgot my house keys. A wiggle with the thick cord between the frame and the lock, and the latch lifted. The train was my ride out of there. I could worry about not having a ticket when I got to the docks.
A clump of reeds grew out of the stinking swamp. It was a stagnant swamp. The path almost certainly led somewhere I'd already been. There was something in that hole beneath the rock. The end of the reed had been neatly bitten off. Now I knew what was living in there. A long-toothed, snarling, furry wild thing. The reed was a lot shorter since that creature had savaged it. The dart fitted snugly into the reed. Great. I was tooled up and dangerous. The boar's expression said, "Forget it, Stobart." The rock was partially overgrown by creepers. The creeper just came away from the rock as I pulled it. The creeper didn't look like it would hold my weight. No good. I'd have to be bitten by a radioactive spider before I stood any chance of getting up there. The net attached easily enough to the creeper and seemed secure. Great. I'd created some sort of creeper marker fishing net assembly. Sometimes I terrify myself with my creative genius. I'd successfully got the marker into a position near the top of the needle simply by using the kind of lateral thinking that can get you institutionalized. Hold on. I've been here before, haven't I?